Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite and welcome back to Bravely Default 2. I am already trying to resist the urge of calling this somewhere between Bravely Default End Layer and just like Bravely Second or various other incorrect names for this game. Anyway, this is Bravely Default 2. So I picked up some item in the treasure chest over there. I've already like failed to pay attention to what I was picking up. That's annoying. This looks really good. Obviously the big draw for the Bravely Default games is like the watercolor art style that you see in a lot of places. I did not mean to go back into town. Anyway, this looks really good on the Nintendo Switch. The 3DS had a top screen resolution of 400 by 240, which is bigger than the Game Boy, bigger than the DS, but it's still not much to write home about. And the watercolor art style of the first two Bravely Default games did, I think, quite a lot to like make the most of the limited pixel count on the screen. Can I run in the overworld? I can. And with that said, now that we're on the Nintendo Switch, why is that a hard sentence to say? Now that we're on the Nintendo Switch, which is a somewhat more HD console, it's the camera's like moving on its own when I walk to different areas in the map. This looks really good. I like the art direction of this game immediately. I suppose it's worth talking about the demo for this game. I did play a bit of the demo, not a whole lot. I feel like the demo for Bravely Default games kind of are often not very good, unfortunately, and they often fall into the trap of just sort of plopping you down in the middle of the game with little to no explanation. I'll keep going on that train of thought after this cutscene.
Whoa. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I heard it was bad, but this is something else.
You should have seen the size of the waves. I smashed absolutely everything to
A monster! Quickly! Get out of here!
Alright, so is this going to be a scripted fight? It is. This is going to be our combat tutorial, isn't it?
Okay, let's do this.
Sure, why not? Let's do this. So, these are monsters. You are gonna use a knife on my face. Braving and defaulting. I know how this works, but I guess it's worth looking over this tutorial screen anyway, just in case. The Brave command is a potent offensive technique that enables a character to spend BP in order to increase the number of actions they can take that turn. You can use it to string together chains of up to 4 moves using an item, then attacking 3 times, for example. It's possible to even borrow BP for future turns, enabling you to pile on the pressure when the time is right. Defaulting. The default command is a powerful defensive maneuver that enables a character to hunker down and bank their action point for that turn in the future in the form of a Brave point. The safest way to progress through battle is often to begin by building up BP and then use the default command. Alright, so nothing has changed there. Try it out for yourself. Alright, do I have to do this, or is it just suggested? Alright, well, I'll Brave here just because I can. I see, why not? Let's just attack you. I can't use an item, so I have to I'm forced to attack you. I'm kind of just assuming here that 2 hits will be enough to take you out. Nope. Okay, I am going into the negative, and I still have 2 enemies to fight. Which is probably a bad idea, although you're not actually doing that much damage to me. What's the bar on the bottom? Is that like an action bar of sorts? Also, I didn't actually appear to be taking damage there. I see my HP has been at 276 since the start of the battle, and it's still at 276 now. Beware of over-braving. The key benefit of the Brave command is that it lets you perform multiple actions in a single turn. Be aware, however, that if you borrow BP against future turns, you'll end up with a deficit that must be worked off before you can act again. Boy, do I know that from experience. Wipe the enemy out in one go and you'll have nothing to worry about, but it's worth bearing in mind the risks if your gamble doesn't pay off. And don't forget to default. Okay, so am I going to be encouraged to default here? I had other commands that I was able to use, but... Greetings!
Sorry, pal. I didn't see you standing there.
How many times have I told you? Look before you cast. You can't just jump in spells blazing.
Yes, you can!
Times have I told you? I'm a big picture guy. He's alright, isn't he? Don't sweat the details.
God, I like Elvis immediately.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I guess. But who are you exactly?
Just a couple of concerned passersby. This guy's a wandering scholar, and I'm the one he hired to try and keep him out of trouble. The name's Adele.
Oh, and I'm Elvis.
Anyway,
Very nice of the goblins to just wait patiently for that little introduction.
try not to incinerate anyone, okay, Elvis?
Aye, aye. I'll do my best.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Okay, so we've got 3 party members now instead of 1. We are getting into the multiple party member thing a little bit faster in this game than we did in the first 2 Bravely Default games, if I recall. Do I have... Okay, so Miscellany does give me automatic access by the freelancer to the examine command. Alright, I am going to do that. If I hit the X button, which again is on the top of the face buttons... I guess not. I'm not allowed to... Okay, so if I hit Y, it does. Or at least what the Y button is mapped to anyway. You're weak to water and stabby, it seems, and you don't have that much health. Alright, well, I can, let me brave a bunch of times in Elvis. Does Elvis have any black magic of water type? He does. Alright, I'm just gonna keep spamming that. And this should be over in no time flat. Yep, that's a one-hit takedown. I guess it's not... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't actually do damage to you in the first round with the brave commands, did I? Because when I examined them afterwards, they still had full health. I guess that's just a part of the tutorial battle. Anyway. Job well done, guys. Now are you gonna explain yourselves?
And in a scrap, aren't you, laddie? That was some tasty brawling.
It really was. You were definitely more help than a certain so-called scholar I could mention.
Oh, aye.
Actually, he was the one who carried the battle on his shoulders, but alright, Adele.
Isn't that right, pal?
Huh? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're only saying that because he put you on the spot. It's all right, you know. You can tell us what you really think. Besides, if you're nice to this one, it'll only go to his head.
And what would be so wrong with that, eh? Go on, son. Praise away. I could do with a wee boost to the old self-esteem.
Believe me, that's the last thing he needs.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out back there. Miss.
Hey, less of that. It's just plain Adele, okay?
Aye. We don't stand much in ceremony, us two. What are you doing scrapping with monsters anyway? You don't look like your average warrior, I must say.
Oh, I was just helping out an old lady who was in trouble.
Ah, have a go hero, eh? Very noble. I reckon you and me are going to get along just fine. Which is lucky, because I'm about to take you back to town and treat you to a wee drink.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Am I sure? After a bonding experience like that, I insist on it.
Well, in that case, all right.
That's the spirit.
Ho-ho! Then away to the tavern we go. I've worked up a right old thirst. Oh, but before I forget, have you seen one of these about the place?
What is it?
It's called an asterisk. Us two are on a journey collecting them, which is how we ended up happening across you.
But we're not friends or anything. I'm only here because he hired me.
Okay, details. Anyway, we heard there was someone around these parts in possession of one of these wee beauties, so I was wondering if you might know something?
No. Sorry, guys. I'm not from around here. Matter of fact, I'm not even here by choice. I got shipwrecked and just kind of washed up nearby.
A shipwreck? Talk about a calamity.
Yeah, I guess. But hey, I'm still alive and I wasn't too badly hurt, so...
Aye, sounds like you've plenty to be thankful for. Not least of all meeting the two of us. Now, shall we go and celebrate or what? That bar won't prop itself up.
Alright, so, Elvis and Adele have officially joined the party. Jobs and abilities can now be viewed and managed from the main menu. And that's it. Alright, so are we back to gameplay now? This video has been going on for 13 minutes and it's been mostly cutscene. Or 10 minutes. And it's been mostly cutscene or tutorial battle. Oh god, there's gonna be more.
Your Highness, a wandering merchant brings most worrisome tidings. The desert kingdom of Savalon is beset by a sudden abundance of water. So much so that full half the capital has been submerged. A deluge in the desert, milady. 'Tis unheard of. I would fain hazard a guess that this is a crystal's doing.
Savalon? The kingdom is a muse and ally of long standing.
And King Orion is a fine man. I am sure he would be happy to tell us more about what has been happening. We should head there right away.
One moment, milady. Lurk not in the shadows, rogues. Show yourselves.
Very impressive, Sir Sloane. The greatest swordsman in the land is still as sharp as ever, it seems.
Thou knowest me. Then thee and thy companion...
You guys are gonna be the first two asterisk holders we fight, aren't you?
Perhaps thou might do me the kindness of an introduction.
Well, since you asked so nicely, my sharp-eyed friend, I am Selena.
Yeah, and I'm Dag.
We will come straight to the point, yes? Princess Gloria, we want the Wind Crystal. Please make this easy for everyone and hand it over.
What?
Come now, do as we say and no one will have to get hurt.
Never mind all the fancy talk, Selena. Let's just bash him and take the bloody thing. The old codger's already got one foot in the grave. We'll be done with him in no time.
Thou thinkest me too old to school thee, boy? There is life in this old dog yet.
Ooh, Gramps has got a temper on him. Well, rage all you like, mate. You don't stand a chance against me.
Is that an asterisk?
Too right it is. Bet you wish you'd just given us the crystal now, don't ya? Bring it, old man.
What? Was it you? Do the despoilers of Musa stand before me?
Musa? What are you on about?
Mayhap you are mere mercenaries. In which case, whose coin hath purchased thy services?
I'll show ya.
Oh no.
Game's up, Grandad. Put the sword down, or the kid gets it.
Stop it!
Would that be the thief, or is that just a random NPC mercenary lackey?
Sir Sloane, you must do as he says. What kind of monster takes a child hostage?
Whatever. It worked, didn't it? All's fair dinkum in love and war. Now shut your whinging and hand over the crystal.
Please stop it! I do not have the crystal.
Eh?
You have hidden it somewhere. Very well. Then we will just have to take you instead.
Never!
You will let the child go free? Then I will do as you say.
Princess Gloria!
Hostage trade, eh? Not a bad idea. And I'd probably go along with it too if Greybeard here hadn't rubbed me up the wrong way.
That was a more vicious punch than I was expecting to see in this cutscene.
Fear not, your highness. 'Twill take a mightier blow than this to fell me.
Will it now? Well, there's a coincidence, because that's exactly what I was about to give you. Ready or not?
Your highness!
I have already agreed to come with you. There is no need for further bloodshed.
Oh yeah? Think you can tell me what to do ya? You ain't the princess of me, girlie.
All right, Dag. You have had your fun.
But...
She was telling the truth. she does not have the wind crystal. Now, do as we promised and release the child. You can walk, yes? You must fetch the wind crystal and bring it to the abandoned house north of town. Once you have done that, we will release Princess Gloria. But if you even think about bringing help from Halcyonia, well, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what would happen.
Smell you later, Drongo.
Princess Gloria!
Boy, that was rough. Are we gonna get back to the gameplay now, though? We are. Okay, so this is a party chat. Wandering monsters. Monsters freely roam fields and dungeons of the land. Come into contact with one and a battle will begin. When a monster notices you, you'll see an exclamation mark symbol appear above its head, and it will come charging towards you. Try not to let monsters approach you from behind, as you find yourself at a distinct disadvantage in the ensuing battle. Party chat. As you work your way around the story, you'll occasionally see the words party chat appear in the top right corner of the screen. Press plus while this text is visible to enjoy a conversation between the members of your heroic band. The notification will disappear after a while, but you can catch up on any party chat you've missed by opening the menu and going to Travelogue and Memories. Alright. Let's see. A lot of stuff happening there. One, cutscenes. I know the first two Bravely games had a lot of cutscenes. I'm curious. Try to whittle the numbers down as quickly as you can. After all, the fewer of them there are, the fewer attacks you'll have flying back in your direction. Focusing your efforts on eliminating one foe at a time is scientifically proven to reduce injury and untimely demise. Second, take a careful look at how much health each enemy has and exploit weaknesses you might not, and look for weaknesses you might be able to exploit. Step back and think for a moment rather than rushing and swinging. Elvis, and you save yourself time and bandages in the long run. I'm wondering, and I guess I'll just go beat these things up just for fun, exactly how many like hours of cutscene there are going to be in this game. I kind of wish when I did Xenoblade Chronicles a couple years ago that I'd like clipped out each of the individual cutscenes so that I can like exactly measure how much of that there was in the entire game. I estimate that there's probably about 5 to 7 hours of cutscene in Xenoblade Chronicles, and just by like base amount of the amount of audio that I found when I extracted the game files at one point, I can examine anyone really. And this game certainly has a lot as well, or the Bravely games in general certainly have a lot as well. I'm going to examine you two. I'm going to examine everybody so that I can see your health bars and such. Battle info. Alright, so you're weak to lightning, and the blob is just weak to poking. I may do that, and then at the end, I probably won't just, like, upload a 5-hour video of every cutscene in Bravely Default 2, or anything like that, but I'll probably at least measure and tell you exactly how much is in the game, just because I think that sort of thing is interesting. I can probably Brave, use Black Magic Thunder on these two buddies over here, and hopefully, if not actually taking them down, which it will, it'll at least do a lot of damage. And it's going to take him down. And, ooh, alright, that didn't take you down. That was... You have 20 HP left. Adele. I'm just gonna go spamming attacks on everybody. Just so that I can see how much damage I can do. The Fishman is done for, and you are going to be done for after this. Okay. Okay, Adele is also Freelancer. I wonder, is that all I have? Black Mage and Freelancer? My protagonist got a job levels, which probably means I learned something new. I'm also curious. Let's see. What was I curious about? I don't remember what I was also curious about. But I do see that, the Bravely games have taken up the more modern approach to turn-based battles, and had started to put things on the overworld wandering around that you can just run into instead of, like, truly random encounters. Okay, now I have to fight 5 of them. Let's see. Which is a trend that I've observed in video games on many occasions. I think I'm going to start braving a little bit on my two protagonists, who are freelancers. I mean, defaulting, just so that I can... well, I guess on everybody, really. Just so that I can, store up some power against 5 enemies. Let's see. Just an observation. On the note of the demo, though, because I started talking about the demo and then got interrupted by, like, 20 minutes of cutscene. On the subject of the demo, the Bravely Games demos kind of tend to not be very good, I don't think. They usually just sort of drop you down in the middle of action, like right in the middle of Chapter 2, or right at the beginning of Chapter 2 anyway, with little to no explanation aside from the default tutorial screens. I can just unload now, can't I? I'm just gonna unload on this poor fool. And I don't think it's a very good way to actually get a feel for what the game is about. It usually involves like dying a lot because you've just been thrown out into the middle of the fray without the experience of like building up from an easy-ish start. And then boy, you're really not doing very much damage. I don't think you have a weapon. Do you have a weapon? You might have like a dagger or something. And, like, even if you start at, like, level 10 or whatever it was in the demo, I'm just gonna spam lightning on everything until something dies. Even if you just start out at, like, level 10, it's, you don't have the literal metaphorical experience of, like, playing the game. And, trying to, oh god, you locked onto the wrong one. Trying to get used to actually playing the game from that is a little bit not ideal, I don't think. But maybe that's okay. At this point I'm allowed to attack again. At this point, I think I played enough Bravely games that I'd pretty much decided that I was going to play Bravely Default 2. Regardless of what the demo was, and the demo was just kind of there to hold me over a little bit until the actual game came out. I didn't see when I started this game. If I recall from the first two Bravely games, if you played the demo, you got to keep some of your items that you obtained when you started up a game in the main game. I didn't see anything to that effect in this one, so I don't know if that's just not a thing or if I just like didn't actually save any items. Who knows? Let's see. There's also NPCs on the overworld. So it was not really any of in the first two Bravely games. Let's see what the party chat has to say now. Comrades in arms. I'm not going to count this towards the like the total cutscene time in the game because this is kind of optional. So, what are you staring like that? Why are you staring like that? Oh ho ho! Don't tell me you've taken a shine to Adele here. We didn't waste any time getting into the character shipping here, did we? No, it's nothing like that. I was just wondering how long you guys have been traveling around together, that's all. I mean, the way you fight and everything, it feels like you've known each other for a long time. How long has it been, Elvis, since you first hired me? Crikey, I'm not sure. Did we just meet before I set off, or did I bump into you later? I can't quite recall. Heh, not that it matters anyway. Don't sweat the details, that's what I always say. So, you don't really know each other, or... Look, you don't need to go way back with someone to know you can trust them, and trust the most important thing. You might think you need to know someone for years, but that's not always the way. It's a feeling you have, that's all. And you've either got it, or you haven't. With Adele, I knew from the start I was onto a winner. Had the same feeling about you and all. Listen to your gut, laddie. You'll not go far wrong. You definitely might. But let's just let him have this thing, shall we? Alright. So, in terms of characterization, I think we understand both of these characters perfectly. In that Adele takes everything seriously, and Elvis takes nothing seriously. The quest marker's pointing out this way, so I'm going to not go that way. I'm gonna go, look at this tent. Are there gonna be the tent event things? Oh god, there's a lot of... No! Right behind. Someone just kick it. God. You can never have too many tents if you're going off on adventuring outside town. I've known folks who've rushed off into the wilderness unprepared and, well, let's just say they may not have made it back in one piece. Careful preparation. That's what gets people to the safety of a nice, warm bed at the other end of the road. Alright. But are there going to be tent events? In Bravely 2nd, there were, like, party chat pluses of sorts. And, like, 90% of them were just about Tiz and Ringabel trying to cook food. And Adia. I think it was mostly Adia who was big on the food. The plan is to store up some BP and unleash it all later. I hope those are back. I like the tent events. The tent events are funny. You'd think that the protagonists were like on an adventure to cook every meal in the world or something, based on them. Anyway, we're all braving and defaulting, mostly defaulting. I am going to didn't mean to actually hit that button. The left stick on the PS3 controller is a little bit sensitive. So I'm going to try and use the D-pad to control battle menus and such. Scanning you, though. Let's scan both of you, because I am allowed to do that. I am allowed to use... Oh, no, that's a goblin I've already scanned. Whatever, who cares? You're weak to water, and you are, I believe, also weak to water. So I can really just unleash a bunch of snowstorms on your face, and that should successfully take everything down. Take that, rabbit. Oh, you're also vulnerable to pokey things. Alright, well, Black Magic, Blizzard. I assume this is going to use the same old, like, Final Fantasy spell names for things like, Blizzard, Blizzada, Blizz, whatever. I can't do the Final Fantasy spell names. Faraga, Thundaga, and those sorts of things. I do see that once I scan an enemy, I have it stayed permanently, which is good, because having to scan an enemy every time you wanted to see its HP or whatever in battle did get old very fast. And I wouldn't mind not having to do that anymore. What are you doing? Oh, wait. Are you the guy? Who the heck are you? You better rack off unless you want to smack you in the chops. So that means I can go around you, right? No? Apparently not. Alright, well... You're just guarding the haunted house. I would have appreciated it if you were guarding the entrance to the haunted house instead of the immediate interior, so that I didn't have to go through the loading screen twice. These loading screens are rather long. I'm noticing. I wonder if I was loading this off of like the Switch's internal memory instead of a game cartridge, if it would load faster. But whatever. This is a broken bridge. There's no way we're crossing that bridge. It's wrecked. Unfortunate. Let's see. Anyway, on that note, what in the world are these? I've been told, although again, I've tried to avoid, like, pre-release media spoilers and that sort of thing. I've been told that this game has been streamlined quite a bit, so between the thing with the, not having to scan things constantly and, possibly some other things, we should have a bunch of quality of life features in this game. I have no idea what sends in which particular monster's wandering around here, but once in a while... you come across an absolute terror. A word to the wise, don't be afraid to turn tail and run in situations like that. Trying to fight an enemy you can't hope to defeat isn't brave, it's stupid. So, is this like an online thing? Can you send monsters to your friends or whatever? Not like, this game has been out for all of 12 hours in my time zone, and maybe a little bit closer to 20 hours worldwide. So I don't imagine there's going to be anyone who's really, like, made it to the end of the game and is just going to troll entry-level players by sending in, like, late-game balls or whatever. But, we'll see. You know what? Hang on. I can save on the overworld. Save. I'm just going to save to slot 1. I can save on the overworld. And if I die by getting into one of these fights, then who cares? What in the world are you? Allied advantage, that's good, because I do want to actually scan you. Gaining the advantage, approach a monster from behind and you'll begin the ensuing battle with an advantage. Conversely, if a monster manages to sneak up on you from behind, they'll start the battle with an advantage instead. Oh yes. Alright, so let's just, if we go into this with the assumption that I'm not going to win, let me scan both of these things. Okay, that's actually not bad, that's 260. That is 467, which is a little bit more, but it's nothing impossible. Alright, let's start off by defaulting. So, I guess also on the note of how this Let's Play is going to work, I'm thinking I'm going to start cutting out battles. I'm going to start cutting out random encounters. The only reason I'm leaving these in is because I want to talk through them. It's kind of nice when you have field encounters like this rather than truly random encounters because you have a little bit more control over when you get into battle. But, let's see, I think Elvis can take another one. Yeah, Adele. I do recognize that there are going to be a lot of just random-ish field encounters, and I'm probably not going to want to talk through all of them, so at some point, whenever I just run out of stuff to talk about, I am going to, Alright, Adele is full of BP. I am going to, try and skip out, try and cut out as many of these as I can just to save time. So you are vulnerable to pokey things as well, that's pretty nice. I should probably get in the habit of looking to which weapons things are weak to. Because I haven't really been doing that. I'm not used to doing that. Elvis went down. Okay, that's a problem because I think... Is his Brave Points going to expire? Drago, do you want to use one of those fancy Phoenix down on Elvis's face? My first official death of this game. I do get to preserve my BP through that, which is nice. Let's just spam water. That should do a lot of damage. You're both weak to water. Oh no, you're not weak to water. I thought you were weak to water. Well, you died all the same. You're weak to water. Guess the one in the middle was weak to something else. Alright. That's battle speed. What's... Oh wait, X is battle status. Alright, I should be able to take you down with Adele, because Adele's got a lot of attack power with those mini pokey things. She's holding 2 weapons instead of a weapon and a shield. Alright, underdog bonus. Interesting. And Drago got a free launcher level. Alright, let me go into the menu and heal. I think I'm going to end this off soon. Oh, come on. Okay, that was actually a little harrowing. I came close to dying several times in several characters, which I'd like to not actually do. Let me get out of there and go to a less threatening location. It was nothing that was, like, completely out of my league, but it was, there were quite a bit of times that Adele fell down to literally 1 HP on the health bar, and that was a little bit not fun. Let me pick up this. I'm going to grab a leather cap. I can give that to someone. I'd like to go back to town and heal, because I could probably stand to do that right now. Where's a nasty surprise emerges from the chest. Oh, this is the last thing I need. Okay, that wasn't actually that bad. I got 2 mini ethers from that one. I would also like to end this video if you guys can stop charging me. Thank you. Okay, I really do need to go back to town though. 1, because I want it in the video, and 2, because enlarge map. Alright, town is like if I keep going in this general direction, I'll get back to town. 1, because I want to end the video. And 2, because I need to like buy some more items, I need to go and heal, I need to go do all of that stuff. I should go and look at my equipment and stats and stuff now that I have a little bit more money, a few more levels and that kind of thing. But in the next part, we are going to be moving on, going to wherever the quest marker takes us, probably exploring a little bit. I see there is a couple things that I might be able to explore on the oh. Alright, well I'm just gonna cut it off here. My name is Dragonite, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.